How did you go from being a caveman
Look,
to what you are now?
you see all this garbage
To
he's
a
talking
scientist.
about right now? It has nothing to do with scripture. He keeps trying to show that the white man,
It
he's
is
the devil
because
because
of
he was
the
the
knowledge
caveman and all
that
this.
we
All of that's
gain
nonsense.
prior to
If
you.
any of you in life follow behind that, you are ignorant fools. Nor should you think that this man is teaching you anything that's considered truth,
Created that.
because it is not.
Huh?
But anyway,
You came here
I'm
mindless.
I'm making this video
but
because I
with
just
great
called in.
potential. Every one
Even
of
on
us
this
did.
broadcast that I'm recording right now,
But
I called in.
the mind that's in
He
us
tried to tell me,
is
oh, I tried to do it. He asked me to apologize. Let me tell you, son of man, the only reason why I apologize, not because you had me in no hell, so as you wanted to say, but I wanted to be heard. I wanted to
that right?
speak with you.
Yeah.
And you still wind
And
up
so
doing what you always
the
do
first
because you
thing
don't want to
is
submit to scripture.
with the
But
knowledge
as
of the
far as that
physical
same scripture, I'm
creation
gonna
around
pause him right now,
us,
because son of man, I want
because
you to
that
hear
was not
this.
birthed with
I really
spiritual,
want
but
you
that
to hear
was
this,
natural.
son of man. Isaiah chapter 43 verse 10, as you wanted to read. You are my witness, declares the Lord, and my servant, whom I have been chosen, so that you may know and believe me, and understand that I am He. Now I'm gonna stop right there. Look, you wanted me to read the whole thing, but I wanted to break it up because it says, "You are my witness," declares the Lord. So I asked you, who was speaking? Who is the witness? Who's speaking who right now? No, but you said no, read. So I went on to read, and I guess that's when you cut me off because you didn't want me heard. But it says, "You are my witness," declares the Lord, "and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you may know and believe me." Now listen, I want you to understand who this is talking right now. See, when you read Isaiah 43 chapter 10, most of you and most pastors before you and any who try to discern scripture, they see this not. But let me tell you, it says, "You are my witness," declares the Lord. So this lets you know that the one who is God is speaking. And there's only one who is God. So no, this is not you who are speaking. So you can't try to prove from this chapter or from this scripture that you are the Lord, that you Jesus, that you all of the prophets rolled up into one. No, because that ain't what this scripture is even saying itself. This scripture is the one who is God speaking to his disciples. And he says, "Ye are my witnesses," declares the Lord. But now let's look at what he says about the servant whom he has chosen, "and my servant whom I have chosen." Now, that servant that he has chosen, is that servant right there amongst the witnesses that the Lord is talking to right now? No, the servant is not. How I'll show and prove this? Oh, keep reading further. It's self-explanatory. Because now you know it is the Lord thy God saying to the disciples, "You are my witnesses." These are his disciples who are around. And then he says, "And my servant whom I have chosen, so that you may know and believe me." All of this goes together. This is what he declares to the witnesses about a servant whom he shall choose. And that all of them shall know that servant, so that they'll believe and understand that he is God. Now, understand this. "Ye are my servants," declare the Lord. "You are my witnesses," declares the Lord. "And my servant whom I have chosen, so that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. And before me no God was formed, nor will there ever be one after me." And that's 43:10 of Isaiah. Do you understand? He's just explaining to the world that he is God and not you. And he ain't say, Elijah Muhammad was God, and Moses was God, and John was God, and all the prophets were God. No, he ain't say none of that. He said that I am he, and before me no God was formed, nor will they be one after him. Letting you know that God was made. Now who was God made by? Who was God formed by? Because it says before me there was no God formed. Let's read the scripture again, son of man, so you'll really understand and stop trying to teach the world that you are Jesus, that you are God, that you are Allah. Because you are a lie when you say this. And let you be my witness, declares me, who came to tell the truth unto the whole world in this day and time, so that you may be a servant of the ones that he chose us. That if we believe in him and understand that he is God, we shall be saved. But now I stuck that in. But let's read 43:10 of Isaiah again. You are my witnesses, declare the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you may know and believe me and understand that I am he. And before me was no God formed, nor will there be one after me. But
So natural knowledge was added unto us, and then we made a ruler, a mind, and put it in a man.
yeah, I forgot to tell you that this dude, son of man, he's on the kick to say that we, like men in the black man, you know, he was the first man, the first color of a man was a black man to walk the earth. And that black man, he made everything. He's the father of everything. That man is so lost that I swear unto you all, don't listen to him. And like I say, today, I called in. Matter of fact, let's see if we could catch some of that on here. Let's go back.
Now that they are all absent from their body.
Let's go back.
Find the man who understands all of them, and that's where the judgment seat is. Huh? You looking at it. If I wasn't, I couldn't have explained that so clearly to you.
He really just explained nothing. I ain't
didn't
even going to rewind.
The messenger told you. So, you go, here's his flesh. Well, you got to go over to 1 Corinthians to know what that's talking about. Now, in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, it says in the 45th verse, and so it is written.
I'm trying to get to where
first
me and
man,
him
Adam,
discuss.
was made a living being. I am the beginning. He wouldn't have trusted. That can be interchanged. The devil even acknowledged that. A land that is not there. Be kind. A people who you say,
I hope I didn't.
soon you're not going to be able to find me, and that's going to be the end of it.
Like, I hope I'm not past it.
Nation that holds life to be sacred.
I hate when that happens.
Man.
Well, forget about it, y'all. But, yeah, I just wanted to show y'all my phone call with this dude. When he told me, he was like, yo, when the dude told him, this is a dude from New York, he said, well, if he ready to apologize, so you know what? I did the bigger thing. I apologize, though I had no reason to apologize to this man for I have never disrespected him. He has always disrespected me. He always accuses me of not letting him finish or speaking or interrupting me. And he's just a piece of work of art. Actually, son of man, you're exposing yourself more and more for who you are. And that's the dumb of man. I'm sorry to say it. I love you all. God bless.